Hi, my name's Jeroen Hoppe. I'm author of the Clapham property blog. Today is day 3 on my video series on investment tips and tricks for landlords and investors looking to get better returns for their property. So today I'm going to talk about photography. I think photography is key. So I'm going to give you 5 really good tips on getting the best photographs for your property. So tip number 1, dress the property. So if you're doing a new development, it's fresh to the market, then make sure that you dress it up. So when you put the beds in, buy some bed linen, put the linen on, put a picture up on the wall, maybe even a flower on the coffee table and what have you. You don't have to go as far as to brew the coffee, but just make it look a little bit homely, maybe even a TV on the wall, that sort of thing. If the property is already tenanted, make sure that everything is clear. So when you go around for photographs, ask your tenants to make sure that they put everything away. So clear surfaces as well as possible. In the kitchen, for example, you can get rid of the toaster, the kettle, maybe even the microwave. Bathroom, try clearing all around the bath. Oftentimes I see shampoo and conditioner and bubble bath and all those sorts of things. You can simply take those and put those in the bath. They'll be out of shot already. Loo seat down, make sure that that is down. Lights on, especially kitchens and bathrooms. They're known for being the darkest place in the house. So generally leave the lights on. You can play a little bit with lighting. Try a shot with the lights on, try it with the lights off, see how it goes. Secondly, use a professional photographer. Now, I always get a professional photographer to do my photos simply because I know I'm not an expert with a camera, but I can outsource that skill to someone who is definitely an expert and can do it a lot better than me. However, there are some keen people out there who insist on taking their own photographs. That's absolutely fine. Follow the next few tips and hopefully you'll get a better result. Editing is key, so even if you've got a really good shot, you'll find that you'll need to brighten it up or digitally remaster that. Again, if you want to take the photos but you don't really know how Photoshop works and that sort of thing, you can outsource that. Go on to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr with 2 R's, or People Per Hour, and find a freelancer that will do that for you for 10 to 20 pounds a photo. Absolutely fine. Moving on to the next point. Angle. Angle is key. Now, you may want to assist your professional photographer with this as well. It's more than likely that they're going to be very experienced, so you won't have to tell them this. But again, if you're doing it yourself, the best angle to take a photograph is generally from the doorway. So from the doorway, aiming the camera at the wall that connects the wall with the window and the next wall up. So going right into the room, getting as much as possible. And again, lens is key here. If you are going to take the pictures yourself, invest in a very good lens. You should probably be spending at least £300 on the camera and probably another £300 on a very good lens. And it shouldn't be a fisheye because that distorts the photo, but generally a really nice lens that will make property photography a lot easier, especially in London where the rooms are a little bit small. So here's number 3. Sorry, that was number 3. We're going to number 4. Chest height. If you're taking the photos yourself and you're really tall, there's no point in having the camera looking down into the property. You want to get that camera down to about chest height. Obviously, if you're really tall, it'll be a bit lower and that sort of thing. But make sure you get a good overview of the room, and the photos shouldn't come out like High Tower from Police Academy has taken the photo or a midget. It should literally be right in the middle. So number 5, the exterior. And this comes back to what I was saying on yesterday's video, curb appeal. Curb appeal is a big one. Make sure that the outside looks really nice. The door is clean and painted. The windows are clean and painted. The door furniture looks really nice and polished. Again, all these things, you can edit them to some extent, but then when you come around to the viewing, it's a disappointment. So put in the groundwork and make sure that the property is presentable beforehand. So I'd say that 95% of people start their property search online, and what's the first thing they see online? It's the photograph. So you're going to try and make the property look as good as possible for these photographs to be able to entice more viewings, more offers, create the buzz. Now, big home developers like Taylor Wimpey and Berkeley Homes, they create the buzz with all their little 3D models and their beautiful marketing brochures, and all you're buying is bricks and mortar. It's the same thing with your property. If you create that product that people want, so a nice picture, because oftentimes tenants and buyers, they already make a decision on the property before they've even walked through the door based on the pictures that they see on Zoopty-Loops or Rightmove. You know, you look at other industries, you look at car sales, for example, you don't go into a car lot, be it new or used, and you see dented, banged up cars that are dirty. No, they always clean them, they always look nice and presentable, and you're more likely to click on an advert for a car that is nice and clean and well presented, just as you would a property. And a property is 10 times more expensive than a car quite easily. So with that in mind, make sure you spend 10 times as much attention to detail in your property to make sure those photos turn out well. I mean, I know examples of properties that have let in the same block, good photos, bad photos, and it can be £150 a month difference. Now, this little tip of making your property look very well presented for the photos could net you an extra £1,800 a month. So even if you don't go yourself and you send a cleaner, that's still easily £1,500 a month more that you could be making on your rental property. So here's a couple of examples that I'll show you now, that will scroll by, of properties that are well photographed and properties that are not so well presented. So hopefully you'll get the idea of what I mean by a good property, well presented, that will get a good price, and a property that could be good, but you don't know because the photos are that terrible that you just can't see. And obviously that will get less clicks, less interest, less viewings, less offers, lesser price. And you'll be forced to take a tenant who you may not necessarily want. You know, if you want the best quality tenant, you need to give them the best quality product, don't you? So that's it for today. Join me for tomorrow for day 4 of the video series. As always, if you're looking for help with your investments or developments, then do get in touch on old-fashioned email, jeroen@claphampropertyblog.com, or follow me on social media, or head over to the blog at claphampropertyblog.com. Sign up there if you like email updates straight to your inbox. We've also got the monthly event, the Clapham Property Meet, coming up soon. So if you'd like to meet me in person, pick my brains, book on, search Clapham Property Meet online, book your ticket there, and hopefully I will be seeing you soon. So tune in tomorrow for another useful tip.